I've had a lot of different acupuncture. And if you have a list of things that you really like about acupuncture, whether it's the person or the place or the people that work there, I think the number one thing is it has to work. It has to be really, really, really good. Otherwise, the other things aren't enough. So with Daniel, I think he's pretty brilliant. I think he's gifted in what he does. I think his capacity for diagnosis is extremely well developed. His herbal formulas are spot on and really, really effective. So above all, it works. The other really great stuff is I adore him. He's really funny. He's charming. He's always warm, and you can tell that he cares about what's going on with you. The people in the facility are great. I always feel comfortable at home here. I always feel welcome. There's a great selection of products. And one thing that I really like about Daniel is he's wise, and he knows a lot of things that change how I see the world. So not only do I come in and he takes care of me and he's really skilled at what he does, but he changes how I see things. And I think there are very few people who do that. So that's what I like.
My wife arranged for me to get over here because I had another major bleed out, and I refused to go back to the hospital. It had been a process of years of being untreated and sent home with pharmaceutical products that were causing me harm. So she found a couple people that recommended Daniel, and I agreed to come over. What he did was amazing. He rebuilt my blood 3 times faster than it would have happened naturally. And I'm feeling better today, a year after the last, a little more than a year after the last one, than I have in a decade because of these injuries. Daniel brings an incredibly keen and informed intellect with a depth of intuitive insight to his diagnoses and his treatments. I can't say enough.
Oh, goodness. Well, to begin with, in my opinion, Daniel saved my life. I got very, very sick with gallbladder, and he kept me out of the hospital and really saved me. So, for no other reason, I would come back for that. But also, just the whole energy of the place, the feeling here it's so calm, it's so peaceful, it's so professional. Everyone who works here is professional and experienced and calm, and as opposed to going into a medical facility where everything's kind of frantic and fearful. Daniel does, I have not found what he does anywhere else, so I couldn't go anywhere else because the level of experience that he has is just amazing, and I haven't found that anywhere else. And I've been going to practitioners for 30, 40 years, including a lot of acupuncturists, and I just haven't found what he does anywhere else. So I highly recommend him, and I recommend him all the time. Anyone who complains around me, it's like, well, have you gone to Daniel? Because I'm sure he can fix it. So I can't say enough about YAO Clinic and about Daniel and his staff. They've been really, really good to me.
I cannot say enough about YAO Clinic and Daniel Hudson. I've been coming here for years, and any problem I present to him, he manages to fix it and make me leave here smiling, feeling better, feeling positive. And the first thing I want to do is tell everybody how great it is. And I have anything from, so one of the things that I had was bronchitis. And I would get bronchitis, I would get my little cold symptoms, and it would turn into something that would take a month to take care of. And as soon as I feel those symptoms, I come here, get one treatment, a few herbs, and in a day or two, I'm fine. I mean, that's like saving a 12th of my life every month or every year. Everybody here is so professional. They're so passionate. And it's not this, come in for your 20 minutes and you're out of here because we have other people coming. It's really like, I want to treat you and make you feel 100%. And I'll do whatever it takes to get you there, whether it's an hour or 2 hours. Sometimes I've even been here for 3 hours. And you don't get that treatment anywhere else. So for someone who really cares and really just wants to help you feel better, it's so rare anymore. So I could go on and on, but
So what do I love about coming to YAO? Well, I feel like I'm coming home in a way. This feels like a very comfortable place to be. Oftentimes when you go to see a doctor or a medical practitioner, you can feel like you sort of get corralled like cattle. You sit in a waiting room and you get your allotted amount of time, and then you get sort of sent back out. And I would often find myself in the car thinking, oh, I forgot to ask this, I forgot to ask that. When I come here, I feel so comfortable and so relaxed that I feel like it's very conversational, and almost everything that I wanted to ask just comes up naturally. I feel like Daniel is a partner. He has talked to me often about how he feels that it is really important as a practitioner to be sort of in a submissive role to the patient, as far as it's his job to serve me as his patient versus it's my job to somehow show up and ask all the right things and say all the right things and all that. But it's very much a partnership, and I feel like I can come to Daniel for anything from problem sleeping, stress. I've seen him for chronic shoulder pain. I've seen him to boost my immune system. My husband has come to him to get a lot of support before cancer surgery, and I really think that Daniel's support really helped both of us get through that process in a really powerful way, so that my husband, his only concern was healing from surgery. He wasn't worrying about sleeping. He wasn't worrying about his immune system overall. His body was just really able to focus on healing the spots where he had had incisions and just doing his normal recovery. And I felt like we could come here. Sometimes when my regular doctor isn't available for something, I can call, and a lot of my stuff gets handled on the phone. Paige can answer a lot of questions, Margaret can answer a lot of questions, or sometimes they can just grab Daniel and ask him something quickly. I feel like I can swing by and get some information, and I feel really empowered to take charge of my own health. So I get a lot of tips on things that I could be doing to help and support myself, and that's important to our family, that we have ownership of our own health, that we work in partnership with our caregivers. So we love coming here, all of us do. I love it a lot.
You know, my personal story with YAO is that I spent a number of years and thousands of dollars trying to get over this fatigue issue I was dealing with, and as kind of a last resort, somebody told me about Daniel here in YAO Clinic, and I came over and tried it out, and within a month after starting with Daniel, he had me off of all my medications, which I didn't even think was possible. So that was pretty amazing. That was a pretty amazing experience to have, and I've been getting steadily better with the work that I've been doing with Daniel. So I really appreciate the resource that's here, and the love and the expertise that Daniel brings to everything. And of course, coming into YAO Clinic is also a cool experience every time. I often bring my dog Emerson with me, and he's become a little bit of a fixture here. He knows this is the place to come to get good treats. And it's just amazing. This is an amazing, cool resource. It's luckily for me right here in my own neighborhood. So I feel very blessed to have a resource like this in the community, and not only because of all of the great people here and the great work that Daniel does for me and for so many people, but also because of all of the cool things that you have to buy here, all of the stuff that's, you got stuff that's not easy to find other places, and all of the food products here are so well vetted by Daniel as far as what they contain and what they don't contain. So I feel pretty good, pretty safe picking up pretty much any food product here. It's another reason why this is just such a wonderful resource.